What are your thoughts on a second Bill of Rights? Back in the day, FDR proposed a second Bill of Rights that would assert new rights to all Americans. The first right was a job. If you know about FDR, you're familiar with the alphabet agencies. Back at this time, after the Depression, there was a lot of unemployment, so FDR created a lot of agencies that would create jobs. Now, it's not saying you get the job that you like or the highest paying job, but you would be employed. If there needs to be a highway built 2 states over, you would go and be working on construction. You would be guaranteed a job as an American. The second right was an adequate wage and decent living. Basically, the jobs that you would work would basically, provide enough income to basically live a stable and normal life. Then a decent home. This would be through public housing projects. And if you had enough money and wealth, you'd be able to buy your own home independently and wouldn't have to use like a state-owned or like a Section 8 housing. 4 was medical care. Every American should have the right to medical care. 5 was economic protection during sickness, accident, old age, or unemployment. There are a lot of things very similar to this today. Old age would be like Social Security. There's unemployment checks for people who are out of work. And I imagine that like sickness or accident is some type of disability payment. And lastly, a good education. At this point, probably would have just been guaranteed of high school or maybe a trade school, as colleges were not as common back then. But today, if this Bill of Rights was passed, I imagine it would include college education. So what are your thoughts on a second Bill of Rights? Let me know in the comments down below.